Mike Will made it.
What did he do?
No, he literally made it here.
He's finally here. Why are you putting on this hat that's too small for your head?
It's too small for
No,
him.
he just dropped a Ben Trill collaboration. Look, it's kind of
Oh, that's tight. Mike Will, Ben Trill.
Yeah.
You've been with this Ben Trill. A lot of people don't know what that is. That was like, isn't that Virgil? Is that Virgil, the guy that rolls with Kanye West?
Yeah, Virgil. That's my homeboy. That's like my brother. You know what I'm saying? When I was working with Kanye back in like 2012, that's when me and Virgil met up here in New York. We were just running around in the clubs and different stuff like that. And he was telling me about Ben Trill and like Pyrex and different stuff like that. And you know what I'm saying? Like we ended up just staying in touch, and then we dropped a mixtape. Like they got like they're like DJ crew, like Ben Trill DJs, and then they got their own clothing line. So we dropped a mixtape around December, and then we put out the hats to go with the 23 song, man. You know, I know people like merch and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? You got to keep everything exciting.
You just got to splash the streets with his merch.
Yeah, man, you got to feed the streets.
On
dog.
the business side, talk about it. The music doesn't sell like it used to. So a lot of times, artists like yourself, producers like yourself, the merch becomes the means to touch the people.
They say the music don't sell like it used to, but you know what I'm saying? 23
Not
went,
my music.
Yeah, 23 went double platinum, man. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, you got to feed the streets. A lot of people supported 23, so you know what I'm saying? We just got the hats out here, you know what I'm saying? And I mean, I haven't really been having too much of that problem, but I mean, I feed the streets too, you know what I'm saying? And I give out a lot of free music too.
Do you write as well, or just produce?
Kind of write, man. Like I can't just sit down and just write a whole song. But
do
you
you get writing? For publishing? Do you get a little bit of writing as well on your records?
If I write, you know what I'm saying.
So it depends. It's record to record.
Yeah. It depends on if
I'm just trying to count your money. No, I'm just trying to count your money.
Yeah, it depends on if I write or not. But I think ASCAP. I think I might be up for like songwriter of the year or something like that.
That's what I was thinking, because you have some joints this year that generated some income.
Yeah. But as a producer, you're technically a songwriter. You know what I'm saying? Because like when you start talking about ASCAP and BMI, you know what I'm saying? That's like it all goes into one thing. Like you know what I'm saying? It's all songwriting.
So can you tell us how the relationship with you guys might have covered this last time, I wasn't here, but can you tell us how the relationship with Kanye started?
It was kind of like organic, man. It was crazy because like I was just in Atlanta. I was just producing all kind of joints in Atlanta and whatnot, and I guess Future had went to the studio with Kanye in New York, and then like Future was playing his album, and then Kanye was like, yo, who is this kid? Like, who is Mike Will Made It? Like, I keep hearing that tag, and Future was like, yo, that's my brother. And then next thing you know, they had called me, and then Kanye had flew me out there the next day, and then he flew me to New York. I was supposed to be here for 2 days, ended up being here for like 2 months, you know what I'm saying? And we worked on like Mercy, we did some songs together. I did the drums on Don't Like, and you know, we just built a relationship.
So like 2012, 2013 was your zone. It felt like you ran radio, and then the end of 2013, it felt like the Kid Mustard started to pick up, and now it looks like now you about to go back at it again, right? Is that do you look at Mustard as your competition?
Nah, not at all. I don't really look at anything like competition or anything. I don't really even like in the 2013, I wouldn't even say I slowed down. I was executive producer Miley Cyrus album. You know what I'm saying? So I had 8 songs on there.
Oh, well, I didn't know it was 8.
Yeah.
And also, but it's kind of weird for us because that's in a different space than we're in. So we don't always see everything that you have going.
Exactly.
I knew he was eating with Miley.
Can I tell you something though? A lot of people, especially in our hip hop world, you know, they took a shit on Miley because they didn't necessarily love her rhyming, or the whole twerking thing got on people's nerves. But some kids put me on to actually listening to Miley's album and some of her actually singing song, like the shit we know Miley for, right?
Yeah.
She had shit on her out, like real amazing songs. Now, we got the whole twerking and the whole trap thing and the whole all that, but there was some other shit that you did on her album that was straight songs.
I actually, like I said, I had 8 songs on there. I executive produced the album, and then and then right after I got done with her album, I went into Future's album, and I actually executive produced that album. And then I had closed my deal with Interscope, and I had my label, so I was looking for artists. And so, you know what I'm saying, I was working on Ray Streamer, and you know what I'm saying, looking for other artists and different stuff like that. So I wouldn't even really say like I slow. I can't.
Basically, you shifted your focus.
Yeah,
let's say that,
yeah.
Because I guess in what we're accustomed to is seeing you putting out, like you said, you give away so much love to the street. We're accustomed to seeing all your records all over these mixtapes.
Yeah.
And I guess once you got your deal, you kind of had to tighten that up a little bit and focus on your thing.
Yeah, it was really like, okay, who's gonna be my first artist? Because a lot of people were like, man, yo, you gonna come out with an artist? So I knew my first artist had to hit hard. You know what I'm saying? And then that's how I found Ray Shrimmer. And then I was working on them. And then like we had War Ready with Rick Ross and Jeezy.
Yeah.
And then I had Move That Dope, and you know what I'm saying, that song moved.
That's it.
Time out. Move That Dope. You did the beat on?
Yeah.
Or Pharrell did the beat on? I thought it was Pharrell.
Pharrell's featured on it.
Yeah.
Pharrell raps. Pharrell does a verse.
Yeah.
Move That Dope's amazing.
Appreciate it, man. And what's crazy about like Move That Dope is like that was like a song like I knew that beat was like crazy for Future, and I brought it to Future. I'm like, bro, you got to get on this beat. So it was right before we went to the club. And then he had went and just freestyled the hook on the beat, and then like the hook was like hard or whatnot, and then my homeboy P Nasty that I made the beat with, he had another hook, and it was that popping bottles, don't it make you feel good?
Yeah.
And then I was like, yo, that's hard too, but I put it behind what Future was saying. I was like, yo, this is hard. So I took this verse from Future that Future had did on this other song that we had did for like a mixtape or whatever, and then that whipping the end, whipping and flipping it, like we had took that verse and put it on Move That Dope, and then Future had heard it and he was like, yo, that junk sound hard, you know what I'm saying? Then started coming together, and I let Pharrell hear it, and Pharrell was like, yo, please let me get on this song. I'm like, yo, let's do it. You know what I'm saying?
He surprised me. I hadn't heard Pharrell rap in a while. You know, we so accustomed to seeing him in the big hat and dancing around being happy.
Man, we had to unlock the skateboard P, man. We had to bring
it was good to see
back.
skateboard back. See, and that's such a testament to how amazing the beat is for that record, because there's no reason, in theory, with the content of what it is, that old asses like us should love that record.
Why?
Because I don't move dope, and I don't don't even want to tell kids about moving dope.
What about moving dope? D-O-H, dope. Like Homer Simpson. Move that dope.
but like this is my dope. My beats is my dope. Yeah. Pharrell's dope is like his.
It's not always drugs, man.
So do you really? But like when you really make a song like that, do you really believe that as you make it, you're not actually? You think it's up to interpretation to each artist who raps on the song what they're saying? Like Pharrell could be talking about BBC. He could talk about his thing. You know what I'm saying?
You see the video, right? It's like you didn't see the video?
I don't see videos.
Damn,
what year is this? It's in 1991. I don't see videos.
You gotta watch videos, man.
On what channel?
Yo, you can't get up in these interviews.
MTV
Yo, Rosenberg, you can't get up in these interviews, man, and not being prepared, man.
Rosenberg saw the video. Everybody saw the video.
I don't know if I have.
You saw the video. But
I
look,
love the fucking song.
They're painting on the wall, and they're saying, I am, like when Pharrell's on there, it's like paint on there is I am mother, and it's like, you know what I'm saying? It's like his artistry side, you know what I'm saying?
And that's his dope.
Yeah, that's his dope, you know what I'm saying? And like he talked about what he talked about. I don't really know Pharrell forever coming out talking about trapping or anything.
No, you're right.
Like
You know what? Good. All you did right now was make me feel even less bad than I already did about loving Move That Dope.
Rosenberg, we've been saying dope. That's dope in hip hop for how long?
I know, but
nobody was referring to actual
you're
drugs.
ignoring the fact that Hot 97 is a place that peddles filth on the community.
This is dope to the young kids of America.
I just assumed that it was just us promoting drugs like we always do every day.
Hot 97 does it again.
No, but I do, because a lot of people are coming at our necks, and Move That Dope as an example. I've used that song as an example like 5 times this week. I'm like, guys, sometimes there are songs that we just love in hip hop because of the way it fucking sounds.
Well, how about this?
That's one of those songs. Just a great record.
The record No Flex Zone.
Yeah.
It's an anti-Funk Master Flex
record.
song.
It's about
no
time.
flex.
Coming
it's
right.
Just anti-flex. How dare you, Mike Will, go at
No, it's definitely.
Yo,
man.
he was looking at me. Yo, his team was looking at me like, nah.
No, let's get to this anti-flex beat.
Word, man. No, we gotta do another version for Flex, man.
Yeah.
Funk
Flex Zone.
Yeah, Funk Flex on. Something like that. Word, man.
That's what they would have done back in the day. They would have pressed up the different version for everyone.
Exactly, for all the DJs.
So where'd that record come from? What was that?
Like I was saying, I had finished my deal, so I had to find an artist, and we were already working with Ray Shrimmer for a year, like under the table, and I had met them through one of my producers.
So it's a them.
Yeah, it's
It's
two
not
of
a
them.
him.
No, it's two of them. They're
Okay.
brothers
All
from
right,
Tupelo,
all right.
Mississippi.
Okay.
And I had met them through one of my producers that signed to me because he's from Tupelo as well. And he had brought them to the table. And then when I met them, like they had crazy energy and they were just freestyling on every single beat and just snapping, just dancing, just like when one was rapping, his brother was behind him, just ad-libbing, screaming, jumping up and down. And then when it's his turn to rap, he doing the same thing, and his brother doing the same thing, ad-libbing, pushing them. They pushing off of each other, and like they just feed off of each other's energy. And I was like, yo, this is fun. Like they're all about having fun, and I'm like, this is fun for music. It's like a breath of fresh air. So we had did a song on my last mixtape, Mike Will Ben Trill, and it was only half of the song on the mixtape, and they went from 0 to 9,000 followers in a month. Wow. And so like people like gravitated to him, and Juicy J had sent a verse back for that song because he loved the song. Lil Wayne was walking around the studio rapping the song, and then I was playing like their music for Pusha T, and he heard No Flex Zone. He was like, yo, man, this is it. He was like, bro, I'm telling you, this is the one. He was like, man, their music is tight. He was like, but this No Flex Zone. He was like, trust me, I call him out early every time. He was like, man, this is the one. I saw how passionate he was, and everybody liked No Flex Zone. So I was just like, yo, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's No Flex Zone then. You know what I'm saying?
I'm running with that. It's an anti-Funk Master Flex Zone. I think
Why
that makes
would you
it
want to do that?
It's just
fun.
more interesting.
It'd be fun.
It's hashtag No Flex Zone.
I need that zone.
Don't even hit the bomb right now.
Yeah, no bomb.
Nah, man, don't get me in the middle of this,
Nah.
man.
He's
Y'all
not trying to hear
did,
it.
y'all,
He's
y'all
like,
did this. Y'all did this on your
nah.
own time, man. But
Nah, he ain't tripping, man.
but
We
yeah,
don't trip.
the No Flex Zone, it was just like it was like a new lingo and everything. It was just like, you know what I'm saying? Like there's no flexing allowed around here. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, I felt like it was a fun record for the summer, and I felt like it could own the summer. You know what I'm saying? And
That's dope.
And we put that out. But
And flexing is really a term about people walking around trying to act tough, not having a good time, and flexing on each other, like, you know, trying to stunt and
stunt on each other. And
that's
everything.
an old school term too. What you know about flexing?
Man, I mean, I'm 25. I've been doing this music thing for a minute. Like we've been talking about flexing out of the A for a minute. You know, I was doing all the records for Gucci and stuff. You know what I'm saying? When I was like 16.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, you know,
So
that
you've
was
been around
Gucci,
for a while.
Yeah, that was Gucci's
That's
favorite
funny. Even
word.
Trinidad James says Instagram straight flexing.
Yeah,
Maybe
straight
flexing
flexing.
is more popping in the A than it is here.
Yo, flex, you should move to the A.
Yeah, because your name is a verb that's used all the time.
Mike, you just dropped a new record, By the World, with Kendrick, Wayne, and Future, right? How did that come together?
It was another thing kind of like moved that it was another thing kind of like moved that dope. I was working on Future's album, and then we were just working on like a whole bunch of different stuff, and there was a lot of things that ended up not making the album. And like By the World was like a hook that I just felt like it was amazing, you know what I'm saying? And like when I brought him the track, I just told him, I was like, yo, this track feels like some hood Phil Collins type of, you know what I'm saying? It has a hood Phil Collins type of feel. So I was like, man, we should do like the biggest anthemic song. So you know what I'm saying, me, him, and Rock City, we're just in the studio just vibing off of each
Rock
other.
City's dope.
Yeah, and we're in the studio vibing off of each other, and that hook came about, and then once we had that hook, it's like we just had it there, and Future never did the verses. So when that song didn't make his album, I'm like, yo, Future, let me get that right quick. You know what I'm saying? I feel like this song has to get finished. You know what I'm saying? And I just felt like Kendrick and Wayne would be dope. Kendrick and Wayne never did a song with each other, and then Future and Kendrick never did a song with each other. And then I just felt like it was eventful for hip hop. You know what I'm saying? And coming off of 23, it was like a real fun record. You know what I'm saying, for the kids.
Where's the song?
It's on deck. What you mean?
You have it right
got it
now?
right
We can
here.
play it?
Yeah.
We can unleash it on the world?
Yes.
All right, so before we unleash this record on the peoples, I want to talk to you about your Chicago Bulls situation, because Laura Styles is breathing on your starter mean over there.
Oh, I was just checking it out.
Mad.
That's it. I was just looking at
Yeah.
it.
It's not a starter.
What
I was
is
just
it?
looking at it. That's it.
Who
A
made
bit
that?
crazy.
Some vintage.
It's a different. Let me take a look. Hold on.
Oh, it's vintage.
It's Swingster.
Oh, that's pretty
Yo.
fly.
I don't know what that is.
Where'd
but
you
it's
get
hot.
that?
Vintage, man. It come from the 90s. I got it from this vintage spot out in L.A.
That was Laura Styles loves the vintage
called
spots.
Tried and
Or
True.
Tried and
Rosenbach.
True? I haven't been to Tried and True.
Yeah, Tried and True. They got some gear.
And are you a Bulls fan or are you a Jordan fan?
I'm a Jordan fan.
So all the Jordan, the shoes specifically.
Yeah. For
And
sure.
so that kind of fathered your whole 23 Chicago Bulls thing that you doing.
And if like my first mixtape cover was like a baby picture when I was like 2 or 3, and I had on a Jordan T-shirt and a Chicago Bulls hat. So it was like, man, kind of like sticking to the basics, man. I always been a Bull. I always been a Jordan fan, and I always been a fan of like the Jordan shoes and you know what I'm saying, and everything like that. And
Is
the whole
Nike
sneaker
cutting
culture.
you a check at all?
I mean, they cut me a check for that LeBron commercial.
Okay,
you know
clean,
what I'm saying?
clean.
Yeah, and they sent me shoes to the house.
Clean.
And, you know what I'm
That'll
saying?
That'll do it.
That'll do it just
That's
fine.
nice.
Yeah,
You know,
and the check was nice for the LeBron commercial.
so live.
Or
How's Miley doing? I know she's been dealing with like health issues and she's been on the road. Have you talked to her? Is she good?
man, I talk to her every day. Like she.
You know there
she
was
had a-
rumors that was your boo for a long time. You know that, right?
Yeah, definitely.
She
No, it
definitely was
it
your boo?
No, it was definitely rumors. I
Oh.
definitely know about the rumors.
Yeah, we
Oh.
made that joke. Remember that if they had a baby together, and then we could say Mike Will made it.
God,
But
Nigga, we made it.
she's just a homie, and you talk to her all the time.
Yeah, definitely, man. That's like family. That's like my sister. You know what I'm saying?
So she's good though. She seems
Yeah.
fully back to.
Yeah, she had a like when you're on the road like that. You know what I'm saying? You gotta definitely like females and definitely females who go as hard as she does. You know what I'm saying? Like with singing and whatnot. You know what I'm saying? They have to take like different medicines to you know what I'm saying, keep their immune up because they're not sleeping as much.
Vitamins and all
Yeah,
that.
you know what I'm saying? And she took the wrong thing and had an allergic reaction. And then when she had an allergic reaction, she ended up going to the hospital or whatnot. And you know what I'm saying? It was crazy at first. Like she had broke out and everything, but she had shook back. Now she's overseas doing her thing.
And she's back
again.
out on the road.
You know what I want to
Yeah.
do? I want to have a blunt rolling contest with Miley Cyrus.
Why are you so?
I don't know. I just feel like she could roll a mean L, like
Yeah,
out of
she can.
a Dutch, like a old, like you give her an old Dutch or a white owl, like she'll bust that down in a minute.
I
No
feel like that
problem.
about Rihanna.
You think Rihanna?
Yeah.
Who you think rolls a better blunt?
Rihanna? No doubt. Everyone who
Racist.
comes here and that
Racist.
smoke with Rihanna, they're saying that she's a G.
Just because she's from the island, right? Rihanna
But-
got to roll a
but-
better blunt.
Why?
But tell you the truth, not too many people really been around Miley. You know what I'm saying? But
They don't
but
know.
I've been around her, and she'll roll a blunt.
Talk
It's
about
fat.
see, told
One
you.
hand?
Yeah.
Could she hit a one hand?
Have you been
but-
with Rihanna?
but
Have you
why-
rolled a blunt with Rihanna?
Rihanna roll blunts too.
And you weren't impressed?
But you know what it is? You know what it is? You know what it is? Rihanna rolls blunts. I don't really smoke blunts. I smoke papers.
Oh,
and then
right.
Rihanna and then Miley rolls papers. You know what I'm saying? So it's different.
So they could actually be part of the same team. You know what I'm saying? You could have one rolling blunts, one rolling white
I like
boys.
being in
Yeah.
a cipher though, with a joint going around and then a blunt going around. I like the balance of it all. You know what
I
I'm
heard
saying? The yin and the yang, the whole.
I mean,
Yeah,
Wiz,
yeah,
if Wiz
yeah.
heard you say that, he'd literally kick you out of the studio. We'd even
Wiz
see her.
won't talk to me sometimes when I bring up blunts.
Don't even talk.
He won't even talk to me.
Don't even
Word,
Because
yeah.
all he smokes is papers. Don't even
and
bring up-
bongs and
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. don't even do it.
And dabbing.
What is that?
You haven't dabbed.
What's
you dab?
Nah, I can't dab, man.
Dabbing's a lot.
What
are you
is that?
Yeah.
Dabbing
It's
is
like wax.
it's wax, but you heat it up with this thing, and you basically touch like burning metal to the wax, and it evaporates
ain't nobody,
really.
Ain't nobody got time for all that shit.
No,
man.
people
Man.
have time for it.
That's science experiment.
That's too much like Sherm.
Yeah,
That's what
I
it
don't
feels
fuck with
like,
that.
too.
Yeah.
I don't fuck with anything that's leaning towards glass.
I did it
and
with, I did it-
pipes, and it's too crackish for me.
Action Bronson had me dabbing. I ended up hiding in Debo's pigeon coop.
That's pretty good.
Word.
Mike Will, ladies and gentlemen,
Hold
he
on,
made
hold on,
it.
but
Go.
I had to make it clear, you know what I'm saying? Because you asked me did I look at anybody like competition? I didn't just want to make it seem like I just curved anybody or anything
No,
like that.
no.
But like I really the reason why I said I don't look at it like competition because really like I compete with myself. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I compete with like the last record. You know what I'm saying? So like when somebody like a DJ Mustard comes out and like his sound is like killing radio, like that's like a good thing to me. You know what I'm saying? Because I look at it like, man, okay, music is getting moved forward.
Well,
like,
I think
like
I
we'll
think
continue.
really what you want to say too is room for everybody to make dope music.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
You know
And
what I'm
as
saying?
long as like if y'all would if Ebro or you know what I'm saying, or you know what I'm saying, like y'all would have come out and start doing beats and make a beat like Move That Dope.
I'm coming for you.
And- But,
Don't wait for
but if you made a beat like Move That Dope, then I'll be like, man, he's whack. You know what I'm saying? I won't look at you as competition. I'll just look at you as whack. You
A
know what I'm
biter,
saying?
you biting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But like a Mustard, he has his own sound.
You guys are
So-
both have definitive sounds.
Yeah, so it's like, man, like Mustard like my little brother, so it's like I salute him. You know what I'm saying? And then I have a label. You know what I'm saying? My artist, Ray Streamer, actually have a smash on Mustard's beat. You know what I'm saying?
Oh,
So,
really?
That's
yeah,
dope.
yeah. So
That's
it's like
dope.
I call Mustard right away. Yo, send me a pack of beats. You know what I'm saying? And then I let
And
them
then all of a
hear
sudden
it.
you hear the.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? And yeah, his music is just fun. It just moves in the club. You know what I'm saying? And it's just like, it's dope. You know what I'm saying? And
I don't think anybody took it like that much.
Yeah, no,
I
I was
just
just-
I just know that, you know, in the game, in hip hop specifically, it can be very competitive, right?
Yeah,
whether you're
definitely.
an MC, whether you're a producer, whether you're a DJ, whether you out here throwing up things on the wall, whether you out here dancing, whatever. It's all It's just a nature of our.
You bring up
of our
breakdance
culture.
too?
I mean, they still out here, yo.
I think people get in their own way with that, man. You know what I'm saying? I feel like, you know what I'm saying?
Well, some people use it for motivation. Like there are people like Flex, for example. Funk Flex will
Nah,
literally
no flex zone. This is no flex zone.
Flex will
my G.
make up competition for himself just to get himself hyped up and motivated.
A lot of
Some
times people
don't like that.
hear Flex on the radio screaming. He's screaming at himself in
Yeah.
the mirror. He's like, "Yo, you other DJs."
Who
There's
are
actually
you
a
talking
mirror.
to? Who are you even talking to? No one said anything. You're by yourself.
Word, yeah.
Some people just operate that way. But anyways, it was a pleasure, man. Looking forward to hearing this.
Man, yo,
Can we hear the
appreciate
song right now?
Yo, drop this song right
intro,
now.
You gotta get hype and intro to what is it? Kendrick, Future.
Man, you know I'm
Who
not.
else is on?
I'm
Talk
not.
that talk, Mike. Will.
I'm not a WCW.
Come on, son.
I'm not a WCW producer. You
Come
know what I'm
on,
saying, or anything like
do
that, man.
it.
But we got the.
Yo,
we got
this
the
that
world.
new
We
Mike
got-
Will
yeah.
world premiere.
I'll let him do it.
Wait, who's on it?
It's called By the World.
It's called By the World.
Kendrick, Wayne, and Future.
Kendrick, Wayne, Future, first
And
time ever.
and we got Brandy on the background vocals. You know what,
What?
I'm saying? Yeah, we got Juicy J.
Moesha's
hyping
on
it
the
up,
background
you know what I'm
vocal.
saying? For real, man. We got
Everybody on this, like all of the lights now.
Yo,
Everyone's
Ray
on
J
this.
don't start no shit.
Man, you know, it's just a real produced record, man.
What you think we out here working for? I just wanna battle world. Do the impossible. I do it. Hey, hey, hey.
Do that shit, done that shit. Any problem, better overcome that shit. 20 gold bottles, I'ma drink one it. 20 songs that I'm on, I'ma one that shit. My name go ring and my team go win. I shot it at one side, do this shit again. Put your hand on the Bible, still in candy at the store to a black homicidal, it's the same.